Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Uh, Pleasure having you all here. And in the next about 15 minutes, there are two things I would try to accomplish. First is Srini did mention about Radiant's AI capabilities. I want to go a little more deeper, trying to explain the capabilities as well as the engagements that Radiant has been doing over the past few years and is going to do progressively. That's topic number one. And the second thing I would like to do is, we are all here assembled to hear, to share, and to learn about this wonderful topic around monetization. So, what I would like to do towards the second part is quickly do a recap of the developments around AI and its adoption so that, we are better set for rest of the evening, be it the remaining speakers networking with each other or the panel discussion. I'm going to lay the foundation here on where we are today, what is happening, and then we go forward from there. Okay. All right. So if you look at this slide, this is basically capturing the evolution of AI over the last decade, roughly take it from 2016, the key milestones that have happened with AI, right? And looking at 2016, I'm not going to walk through the entire journey here, but look at 2016. This is when we had AlphaGo from Google with deep reinforcement learning. It's the first time a computer defeated a human in a chess game. It was Lee Sedol who lost to the computer in 2016. And then after that, immediately it was KG, another chess genius who lost to AlphaGo. And then another example, if you look at 2021, we have Dale, which is where the first time generative AI could actually come out with images, good images that could be used. 2022 November, that's history, but it is transformative. That's when OpenAI launched ChatGPT. Today, 2024, we have LLMs. Now what we are seeing is AI agents, agentic AI, 2025 coming in as a mainstream. Now the point is that this is what you see in the bottom half of the slide, but Radiant has been leveraging AI technology for a long time. And as Srini mentioned, working with Fortune 500 companies, working with government agencies in leveraging these capabilities and helping them take advantage of the solutions. So if you look at the top left, I'm not going to go into the details here, but if you look at the top left and right is where we can look at what Radiant is doing. And the way I would like to put this is, if again, going back about 10 years, and if you look at what AI is, we can broadly put it under three waves. The first wave, AI wave one, is about using basically data, using algorithms, like for example, linear regression techniques or random forest and so on, using these capabilities to basically process information. And the purpose there is, can I predict something? Can I see a pattern? So think about when we started watching Netflix first, it used to give us a recommendation. Do you like this product? So very simple thing about sentiment analysis. That was wave one. And during that period, what Radiant did was a number of engagements, for example, robotic process automation. This is all about using those capabilities to streamline or to take over monotonous tasks, automate it, for example, reportings, dashboarding, and so on and so forth. Then if you look into big data, this is more focusing on the large telecoms, large banks, insurance players. The problem there was they have millions of consumers, and they need to have the capability to rapidly react. For example, if a competitor does something or there's a regulatory requirement, then what do I do? How do I react? So you need that big data platform capabilities, the data science capabilities, the rapid analytics to actually to be able to react to those situations. And then you have data enrichment. Again, think about an enterprise with maybe 50 million, maybe 100 million records, right? Then the problem statement is, how do you pre-process this? How do you then cleanse this data? How do you enrich it? How do you classify it so that it's actually ready for any application? So some of these examples again, and predictive analysis, analytics, we all know about it. This is about how you can predict something. Maybe, it's about customer churn as an example, or segmentation example. That was wave one of AI. Now moving on to wave two of AI. This is about generative AI. This is where AI is complementing, helping human in arriving at decisions. And there, what Radiant has developed is two unique solutions. One is its own knowledge hub, which is based on a RAG concept, retrieval augmentative generative AI. And then the other one is AI rapid application development. So rapid application development is beyond a low code, no code, zero code platform, right? There's so many players out there in the market. Almost every street you have a no code, low code player. But I will spend some time talking through AI RAD, and I'll share a case study of what we actually did. And then the last wave is about agentic AI, which is just now, we're all now facing the agentic AI wave. And here we have a solution. There's no time to go through that. We have a enterprise ready platform, which is called Converse AI. And it does fantastic things in terms of both conversational AI as well as bringing agentic AI automation into combined into the play there. Okay. So as I said, I will spend a little more time on this rapid application development platform. And as I said, very simplistically put, it is a design to code generating platform. But again, it's not just a low code, no code platform. It's beyond that. Think about it as anything you want to do to streamline the front end development. And the beautiful thing about it is this is across the software development lifecycle. It's not just most of the solutions out there in the market. What they do is in the development test phase, basically where they can take design and convert it to code. But this one is across the entire life cycle. And just quickly walking through this, if you were to look at the requirements and design phase, where you have what we call as a research accelerator. At that phase, basically, there is so much data that is generated. But just talking about how should a digital product look like? It could be an e-commerce one, it could be a content site, it could be anything. How should it look? So there's hours and hours of time spent talking to the end users, understanding the pain points, what is the customer journey expected to be, and through primary, secondary research, through interviews. So what RAD does in this phase is actually taking all those tons of data, crunching it, and actually giving a very object-oriented and outcome-oriented outcome that you can actually then use to develop the code. If you look into the development test phase, this is again about developing design to code. So as expected, you can work with platforms like Figma, for example, or existing design systems, and you can get the code, right? And this is where most of the other players are there. But then going forward, let's say you want to integrate it. Let's say I want to integrate the solution with Salesforce. So it will actually generate the necessary API codes, the API calls in the code to actually do that integration for that. Going on to the validation phase, again, in the development test. Again, it's got the capability to actually select the right use cases, execute them, troubleshoot to them, and automate the entire process. And then if you go into the maintain, enhance and maintain phase, we have what is called code harvesting. So it's very good in code harvesting. And then the last one round, modernize or retire. So there is so much legacy code sitting out there, probably in C++ or Java and so on, that you want to modernize. And today we are having a lot of customer conversations around actually taking that entire legacy code and modernizing it. And then this is the kind of capability that RAD brings into play here. So just to drill into a little more about how, to give you a feel about how this has been used in an actual case study, this is with Verizon. Verizon is a large global telecom provider. They're based out of the US, but they have they have a global presence. This is about a $150 billion company, so it's huge, it's gigantic. They serve government agencies, they serve a number of enterprises, and they have about close to 150 million consumers, retail consumers. And the problem they were facing was they had it's a very large network, and this is specific to the US, it was not global. The problem they had here was they had a legacy network inventory system. And just think about that inventory system with more than 100,000 plus network elements. And they were having a nightmare actually because they were not getting the real-time data and they were not really getting the real-time information. So that was making it very difficult for the customer support people, or also the planning people, as well as the strategy people, to come out with decisions on real time, because they just didn't have the underlying information. To make it a little more, to connect really a little more with the problem statement, just think about it. A customer is calling and saying, I'm experiencing a call drop. I'm calling on the mobile and the call is not going through. And because of not having that information, they had to dig through heaps of logs, call logs, and then trace back what was the problem. And this whole thing used to take about a couple of days. So that was actually affecting the customer satisfaction and leading to churn and a lot of other problems. So the objective here was to design something which could actually be based on a visual map. And from there, be it a particular business unit, and under the particular business unit, a particular engineer or a strategy person, the ability to drill down and to see the information that he really needs on a real-time basis. And this is where the rapid application development capability came up. So let me see if this works. Yeah, got it. So among all the remaining, this is a standard approach that we would take, but what I would like to highlight is that using the RAD capability, almost about 50 plus UI screens were developed in less than about 4 weeks time. And the integration was also accelerated because what I explained, that it's got the capability to do the necessary test cases, execute it, and do and test them. So just to give you a graphical view, this is a screenshot of one of the examples. So this is Ben. He's from a particular division, which is the wireless division. And then he has a screenshot. He's got a visual view, and he can drill down into any of these. So for example, he's getting the data quality index. He's getting the utilization. He has a view of the entire market, different clusters. He can see everything, and then he can just click and continue to zoom in into the particular information that he's looking for. So what used to take going through tons and tons of data to arrive at this problem is now done with a few clicks. And so with that, it actually improved. And it's a complicated network, as I said, right? And so that's where RAD came into creating more than 50 plus screens in under 4 weeks. As I said, it's a large network, 100,000 plus network elements, 10,000 plus engineers, and strategy people were actually using this solution. And it won the CIO 100 awards in 2024. Okay. So I'm going to skip this in the interest of time. This is the agentic AI. I'll spend a minute on this. A quick, I'm sure you all read this quotation from Bill Gates. So what it says is, most people overestimate what they can do in 1 year and underestimate what they can do in 10 years. So how many of you think with AI, we are overestimating, and how many of you think we are underestimating? A show of hands. Anybody? Are we overestimating or are we underestimating about the? Okay. So I'll quickly go through what's happening and to bring up to speed on the recent AI development. So this slide, again, don't worry about the details. And this is, though it shows 2023, these are quite updated reports. They are from end of 2024. This shows the technical performance of AI compared to human performance. And what you will observe here is almost on all of these, they are at human baseline performance, but for one or two items like very advanced math. And then if you look at AI in terms of earnings calls, Fortune 500 calls, AI as a theme comes up in almost all of the calls. And right now what we see is quite prevalent is about Gen AI and AI expansions and growth and so on. But again, it's very strong in all the Fortune 500 earning calls. Now looking at AI use cases, again, this can be, we can put this under 3 categories: marketing and sales, research and development, product development, service operations. And here again, you see the adoption is very, very strong, and it is growing across all of these different functions. Then this is a different view again, looking at AI and looking at capabilities and the capabilities being embedded in a particular function. So if you look at the capabilities here on the horizontal axis, you have from computer vision, deep learning, network, natural language speech understanding, robotic process automation, visual agents. Across all of the industries, you will find that NLP or NLU and robotic process automation and virtual agents are high in adoption and use. And across all of the industries, actually, this is catching up. So really, AI is there. It's coming up. It's everywhere. And then, sorry, I think the last one here. So this is really when OpenAI launched ChatGPT in November 2022. And here, if you look at it, you had the use of AI, general use of AI hovering around 50%. And when you had ChatGPT launched by OpenAI, the overall use of AI has gone up, and the use of Gen AI has also gone up. Now it's close to 80% adoption. Couple of things that happened with ChatGPT to quickly summarize. One is that AI was democratized. Prior to that, AI required, it was confined to more technical giants, it was confined to researchers, it needed quite a deep technical capability. With this now, it is actually democratized because one, it is accessible. All you need to get into ChatGPT or any of these solutions is an internet access, and you don't need any more deep technology capabilities because it's giving you, the LLMs are giving you the foundation. And the last thing is, we will always say there is no free lunch, but with ChatGPT, yes, there is free lunch. It is affordable, it is cheap, it is free. So it is affordable. So the democratization has actually led to the rapid adoption of AI. And that's what I wanted to kind of set the stage here and then say, are we at a tipping point in terms of AI? Have we reached that point where, with adoption and with all the use cases, and are we reaching a tipping point where now you're really going to see AI take off in a different way? And that's exactly what we would like to discuss rest of the evening. Thank you.